Good morning, guys. How are you today? It's Tuesday. Well, I've actually been up for a little while. So I'm getting started late today. I got started early yesterday and had a hard time loading my stuff in, and today I got started later. So when I do handwork, when I do like embroidery and I do a lot of transmutation of energy because I'm an energy sensitive. So I make a lot of stuff. And yesterday I got caught watching a couple shows that were like not very positive. And I know we all, well, not everyone, but I am very much in that criteria of I sometimes get caught in watching these shows where talking to people who have done awful things like murder people and stalked people and stolen from people. And I got on that track because somebody had recommended that I watch a documentary about this person because I'm recommending yoga and tai chi and qigong and all these Eastern body, somatic body modalities to people all the time. And one of the ones that I've always intuitively kind of felt that there's something wrong with it, not knowing what, genuinely having no clue what my intuition is telling me why. But when it first got mentioned to me intuitively, and I had somebody's guide say, absolutely not, this person should not be doing this. And I didn't know why. I still don't really know why, because I know that yoga, Eastern yoga, traditional Eastern yoga specifically, can be amazingly powerful in healing. But there's this new thing, I guess it's not new, it's been around for a couple decades now, but I didn't know about it until maybe the last couple years, and every single person that has told me they've done it, every single time, I get this flash of warning. And sometimes even their guides go, absolutely not, you need to really tell this person to stop doing it. This is harmful to them. Even though it quote unquote makes them feel good, there's something wrong with it in the long term, like even if they can't feel it right now. And this is called hot yoga. And I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. I've never done it myself. I have no personal perspective on this. I have no buy-in at all. I don't even have a substitute. But somebody said, hey, I know that you don't like hot yoga. Have you seen this documentary? Anyway, I watched this documentary about this guy who kind of started the rave back in California and how it transformed into the name hot yoga. But it's fundamentally, I guess, the same thing. And I really got caught in this place in my mind. I watched it yesterday, and I didn't realize how it had brought so much negativity into my field until I woke up this morning and I went, oh, I need to cleanse. So I did a I cleared the energy. I opened the front door and the back door and cleaned all the energy out. And I had tried to bake bread yesterday and it didn't rise. So I'm going to try bread today now that I've cleaned my house. I spritzed some salt water and I sat down and I was really, really struggling I just felt still kind of icky. And so I did a little handwork and I felt so much better. And it was really quiet. I did some handwork. It was really, really quiet in the house. I didn't have music going, or I wasn't listening to an audiobook or anything. I was really just allowing my energy to cleanse out. And I did some breathing while I was doing my handwork, and then I got my tuning fork out and I worked with that for a few minutes, and I felt so much better. And I thought, okay, I'm ready to do daily devotional. And the card that came up is "She who rides with the owl brings justice." She who rides with the owl brings justice. And I'll read you the intro in the book because it was exactly what I needed to read after yesterday and this morning. I am the goddess of karma, wealth, and balance. I come to connect dharma, that which is dark, unnatural. I come to correct dharma, that which is dark, unnatural, and against nature, life, love, and goodness. I redress the misuse of wealth and power. I enact divine justice and restore divine order. Trust in the innocence of your own soul and fear not, for I am ever watchful. My power brings truth. Divine justice is always brought to bear. And I thought, wow, just, wow, that's powerful, because I got caught up. I got caught up in this. I still don't know why, except apparently the person who developed this original thing is not a good person. I knew nothing about this. I'd never even heard of this guy. I knew he was icky when I watched the documentary, but I had gotten sad, and I'd gotten really kind of hopeless isn't the right word, but definitely like down. And I didn't even realize how down I had gotten. So I watched that documentary, and then I watched all these things about, it was awful. I just got caught in this negative loop. And yesterday afternoon, I ended up with a migraine. Yesterday evening, like a migraine, and I had to take some meds for it. And I had wanted to go to book club, and I wanted to meet with my friend, and my bread didn't rise, and I had like this icky stuff that just slowly kind of seeped in. And I'm going to read to you what I wrote this morning. It can appear sometimes that the world is frightening and negative activity leads to wealth, prosperity, or success. Where the worthy struggle with poverty or suffer immeasurable obstacles, it may appear that those who have light and wisdom are not heard, and the angry and jealous get attention and power. It is easy for the sensitive soul to lose hope, close down, and hide away. But you are a light being. Your light is meant to be seen in the world and spread all who you touch. Allow Great Spirit to support you in this task. To do this, you must safeguard your mind. If you get caught up in negative thinking, which we all do, allow Great Spirit to guide you back to your inner light. Touch the light of the Goddess. Do not deny the dark side of nature. Instead, focus on the light. We are each here to fight for the light, to love each other, and honor each other in our path. We are meant to use our strengths of love, compassion, light, grace, peace, kindness, and more to affirm the priorities that honor life and light within each other. We must each secure the light within to lift each other up when it seems too negative. It may sometimes seem unjust and negative, or that the unjust and the negative and the manipulators always win. But the dark forces want you to lose hope. But when you have hope, when you are in the light, trust that the divine will take care of the darkness. Eventually, karma will catch up to them, or dharma. The karmic forces will balance toward the scales of light. The karmic or dharmic forces will balance towards the scales of higher justice with accuracy. All you must do is remain connected to the light and bring in loving energy with purpose and passion in the world. I'm big into learning and researching, and what's interesting is that I have been working on so many other things. I've become very disconnected from the popular, like, spirituality or the popular metaphysical culture in the last 10 years. I just kind of completely disconnected from all of that because I was working on me and working on my shadow stuff and really working on making sure, inadvertently, I didn't really always know it, but working towards making sure that my light was strong enough not to get caught up. And I did want to watch the documentary. I wanted to understand what people are talking about. And this was somebody who said, you might want to know about it because I know that you're always telling people maybe not to do hot yoga, that there's something wrong with it. And I have been doing that ever since I heard about it. My intuition is just screaming that there's something wrong. Not that the people teaching it are necessarily bad people. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with the method, and there's a long-term fallout from that maybe people don't know. But yoga itself is very healing. So there's something off. And I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't. So this person wanted me to watch this documentary about kind of where this stuff came from. And I don't know if there's an energy that's running through this methodology or what, but I got kind of caught up in my mind where this person has taken so much money from so many people, and these people I know are not trying to harm anyone, and they want to help people, and maybe I'm just picking up on the negativity. I don't know. But I was really kind of caught up in that. And then I watched all these other shows about abuse and murder and all this other stuff. And I got caught in this negative loop. And this morning, and my body was trying to tell me that through the migraine, and my bread didn't rise. The negativity was heavy in my house. And when I woke up this morning, I really just didn't feel good and refreshed. And I cleaned out my house. And when I cleaned it out, and I did my handwork, and I really kind of came back to my center and found my place of peace, I pulled this card, and this card is reinforcing. The universe, the goddess, the entities that are around us that help us all the time will always help balance things out. And it's not my job to worry about that. My job is to be a teacher, and my job is to be a healer, and my job is to live in the light. Live in the light with balance, and making sure that I'm doing my shadow work, and making sure that I'm grounded, and making sure that I share my genuine, authentic journey so that others know that they're not alone, and that I'm not the beginning and end of all answers. And there was something in that show that really caught me that I dreamed about last night. This person was saying, I am the smartest of all of you. And I remember feeling so sick to my stomach that one person has managed to convince all these other people that he is the smartest of all. And humility and being humble is very important as part of our journey, because we need to find that humble humility, letting go of ego, to allow ourselves to be loving and compassionate and grace-filled and kind to one another. And when you think you know the answer to everything, you can't allow yourself to grow. You can't allow yourself to be at peace. I'm going to be wrong. I don't know what it is about this method. I don't know if it's just the negative stuff that's run through this person. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. And I'm constantly reinforced and learning from my guides that I will never stop learning. The more you know, the more you don't know, or the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And that is what we should all be sharing with one another. Explore, learn, share in love and in peace. And the owl, the white snowy owl, is a very powerful animal companion for me. Energetically, it is one of my primaries. And the owl is a powerful raptor. And I have always found that the energy of the owl, for me, because it's one of my primaries, will always make sure things are balanced out, will always protect me. And I have definitely gone through those times where it seems like, I had an experience that bubbles up with this entire thing that immediately kind of bubbles up about someone. There were a group of people that bullied me really awfully for a couple years, and I had a really rough time. And one of those people appears on the surface to have been rewarded for that bullying. But I know that karmic justice, if I can just find that inner peace about it and let it go, I have to come to a place where I can forgive and allow the divine grace and the Great Spirit to balance that. I have to allow the goddess to find the balance in the situation and deal out that justice. So today's prayer is, I call upon the divine feminine and the divine masculine, my ancestors and the Great Spirit. Let me walk in light. Allow me to release my fears. Allow me to release negative thinking. I call upon unconditional love to cleanse, purify, and assist me now and always. May divine love flow through me. May the divine light of the Great Spirit fill my world. May the light of the Great Spirit and divine love run through me with grace. Blessed be. It does feel better. I do feel so much better. I'm going to make bread today, and it's going to rise. I couldn't for the life of me figure out why the bread didn't rise yesterday. I know now why. The energy was too heavy. We're moving into the full moon. We're in first quarter, and sometimes we just have those days that are kind of negative, and we have to breathe through it and recognize the signs when they come our way to help us steer back into the light. It's easy to get caught in that negative mind trap, but we can do it. We are light beings. We can connect back in. Ask your guides to help you. Ask Great Spirit to help you. Come back into the light. Find your peace. Breathe into it. Have a beautiful day. Blessed be, and I'll see you tomorrow in prayer.